Yes. Come on, everybody.
Yeah.
This is a great gift to women 2 days after International Women's Day, because this is in a sense a historic judgment, conclusion to correct decades-long discrimination against women. And it was triggered by the amendment that the government made in 2001, where they abolished under an amendment to the federal constitution, they abolished discrimination against on the basis of gender. And so that is what prompted us to then bring this case to say that very clearly Malaysian mothers whose children are born overseas, married to non-Malaysians, that injustice had to be corrected. So it has been a long journey. It has been taken, just this particular journey has been 5 years. We succeeded in the High Court, and then the decision was overturned, 2-1 decision, overturned by the Court of Appeal, and that is what we were appealing against today. So finally the Attorney General's Chambers has consented to the position that these children are entitled to citizenship under a particular provision of the federal constitution. So this actually makes it very complete, because after we initiated this action, the government brought in the Amendment Act to say that from the day the Amendment Act was put in place, children under 18 years are entitled to citizenship. But it did not cover the period before that. So this case is about the period before that, because that Amendment Act was made prospective, not retrospective. So now, for children born before the Pindaan, before the Amendment Act, are also now entitled to citizenship, all right, and will be granted citizenship. So that basically sets aside the Court of Appeal order, because Court of Appeal said no, cannot be granted. Now this consent order supersedes that, and therefore we have a complete non-gender discrimination with regard to these children before the amendment and after the amendment. And we have one of them is here, for example, Adeline's son, all right, and so he all the while would not have been a citizen, but today he's a proud citizen of Malaysia.
We have seen applications come through, and we are very thankful for the government for processing and for approving the applications that have come through. But we have also seen rejected applications, and this is why today's day in court really matters, because this will bring meaning to that.
Yeah.
And I leave it to Prof for that.
Yeah, so the government, actually we must thank the government, because finally the government has recognized that, to spell out, to operationalize the concept of a Madani government, you got to recognize the rights of all citizens, men and women, on an equal basis. So I'm very glad to note that the Ministry of Home Affairs has been very sympathetic now, and they are ready to allow for citizenship rights to be given to applicants. And we hope that this their attitude will also continue with those people who are above 18 years, because this order only operates with 18 years and under children, age 18 years and under. But we must not forget that because of all the delays, as Adeline has pointed out, all the delays, some of the children have gone beyond 18 years through no fault of theirs, and because of the bureaucratic blocks that were put forward. So we believe that the Minister for Home Affairs is sympathetic to that situation, and even for those above 18 years, if you can make out a case that they were knocked out because of the delays that were caused by the ministry itself, they are quite prepared to give citizenship to those children. So we are very thankful and hopeful. So we must not forget, this is a government of the people, by the people, for the people. So these are people, right? So there is no excuse for not giving citizenship rights to their children. They have no, if I could put it a little bit more stronger, they have no business to reject, no rational grounds to reject. Especially after the government itself passed a special amendment in 2001 to say that you cannot discriminate discriminate on the basis of gender. They passed that act, and they announced in Parliament at that time that this is passed because they have international obligations under international law to treat children, to consider paramount interests of children, to implement that particular provision itself. So, okay, we are thankful that finally, they have agreed to this, and we are thankful to the minister and to this government, and we hope this attitude will pervade in respect of all mothers, regardless, and children of all Malaysian mothers, regardless of their age.